Hey everyone, how is it going? Tonight, going to talk about using Reaper and how you can use a digital audio workstation like Reaper combined with your Volcas to get a lot more power and out of them. All you need to do this at home is a Volca. In this case, I'm using the Volca FM. If you bought it new, it should have come with not a lovely pink gold one like this, but a black sync cable, which is just a 3.5 millimeter jack to 3.5 millimeter jack, which I got hooked up from the headphone out on the Volca into the line in on my PC. By no means is this a great way of recording studio sound, but if you're a newbie like me and you just want to start recording sound off of your Volca into your computer and you're just playing around and learning, it's more than enough. Don't worry about buying a a $200 proper mixer that's going to be like tuning in all nice. Just go with the cable, and when you actually start recording stuff that you want to maybe make into an actual real track or album, then you may want to look at upgrading that. But if anything like my progress in Reaper has been so far, I got a lot more work to do before I even get to the point where I'm starting to talk about make a song, which I keep on saying. But yeah, I can make a really crappy sounding song, but I actually want to make something good. Anywho, what we're going to do now is I am just going to show you on Reaper here is if you want to start recording sound in your computer, what you need to do in Reaper once you have it loaded is you just right click here and you can go insert new track. And this is just a plain old track. I don't have any FX enabled or anything crazy, but what I'm going to do to this track is I'm going to hit this little red button here, and what that does is it's not starting to record yet, but it's priming that track. So when I do hit the record button down here, whatever I play on that track, which is now the Volca, will be recorded. Now you're seeing I'm playing the Volca right now, but you're not hearing anything, and you're going, "Oh, why is that?" On the track, see this little speaker button here? I gotta click that, and what that's gonna do now is when I play something on the Volca, it's gonna play through Reaper on the PC here, and I'm playing. But you're saying, hey, it's not recording anything. Well, once again, until I hit the record button up here, I can do whatever I want down here, but it's not going to record it. Anywho, why did I get to this place in the first place of Volcas and Reaper? Is the other night I was on the couch and I was just playing around with some of the sounds on here, and I came up with this little loop. Anyways, I thought it sounded cool, but with the Volca, it's this Volca FM. It's only got 3 voices, and right now I have it in unison mode, which basically, whenever a note plays, is using all those 3 voices to play that note. I'll show you what happens if I try to play over this on the Volca itself. You can see, as soon as I hit another note, it stops the beat. So you can do something with it. Anyways, something's a lot better than that. But you're very limited, right? Because as soon as you start playing over top of it, it chops it off. So unless you're going to do quick little hits over top of it like that, it's not really usable. But what you can do now to get more distance out of the Volca is you can just record that basic drum loop I had going earlier here. So I can record that right into Reaper for as long as I want. I can record it for like 15 seconds and then copy and paste it and make a bunch of loops out to 2 minutes or 3 minutes or whatever I want to do. Or I could just record for 3 minutes straight, whatever I want to do. So let's go ahead and do that now, because once we get that laid down in Reaper, we can keep on playing that over and over in Reaper and play around with other patches, or even this log drum patch, do something a little bit more than just the quick hits. So let's go ahead and do that now. So we're going to hit play on the FM, which is going to keep on playing that loop, and then I'm going to hit the record button in Reaper, which will start to record it. So I'm going to go ahead and hit record now, and you're going to see it's going to start recording this loop. And we'll let this go for 20 seconds so we get something out of it. Okay, maybe 15 seconds. Alright. So there we go. Oh, whoops, I was looking at the wrong clock. That was almost half a minute of loop. Sorry for that. So let's go ahead. No, we got to record into Reaper now. So let's go ahead and play it in Reaper. We can go back to the start here and hit play. So that's not coming off of the FM. It's now coming out of Reaper. So now that we have that, we can hit repeat down here. And what basically it's going to keep looping this over and over again. And now on the FM, I can switch it to something else. So there you go. Alright, so let's go ahead, and it seems to loop pretty well too. So we'll go ahead and copy this. Zoom out, you can use your mouse wheel to zoom it out. And we'll go ahead and copy this, and then we'll paste an exact copy of that. Drag it together close enough so it touches, and then bang. So let's take a look at how that sounds there, if that's going to sound alright. So you get a little snap. Now, if you're doing a professional song, you'd probably take a couple minutes to find out where the exact same spot is. And there's probably a friggin' tool or a plugin that I don't even know of in here that will do it automatically for you. So maybe that'll be my next little research project, is how to do that nicely. The other night I was, it's probably dumb, I was, finding where it matched up exactly and clipping it down exactly. I bet you there's a tool to do that for you. But, I don't know of it just yet. So let's go ahead and use that as our whole song for now. So what you can do, what I can show you, is if you hold down Shift, get them both selected, you can go right click, and we can stick them together. Let me just view split. Nope, I want to heal splits and items, and then bang, they're all one big item. I think it's called in Reaper, or at least that's what the menu is telling us it's called. So you can hear there's a little gap in there, but good enough for now. So let's see. What I want to show you now is once you have that recorded, you can also add some quick, cool little effects. If you right click on that item, you can go into the item properties. And within the item properties, you can set a fade in and a fade out. So if you're making a song and you want it to fade in, let's say, let's have it fade in for 15 seconds for us here. I just put 15 in there, and when it's all over, let's fade out in the last 15. We'll hit apply, and now you can see on Reaper here, this red kind of line shows us to fade in, and this red line here shows us to fade out. So let's hear what that sounds like. Yeah, if you want to drag it, it will play it, but you can just left click like that, and it will snap right to it. So it fades in a bit, and now we can play our robot sounds over it. Alright, whatever. Let's try something else. So let's record that over. Let's let's stop this for a second. And we're just going to add a simple little, maybe we'll go put unison mode again. Alright, let's go Soviet Union on this sucker. We will go insert new track, hit the record, prime, pardon me, button here, unprime track 1, so we won't record over track 1. And so we got a new track here that we're going to record our choir into, and let's let her rip and see what we come up with here. Alright, what did I do wrong? Okay, sorry about that. Dog was just barking out there. What did I do wrong there? Well, nothing really. Whatever I played on the Volca would still get recorded into Reaper. But of course, if I want to hear it coming out of Reaper, I gotta hit this little button here. Now on this track, when it is armed, you can see this one still has that enabled, but because it's not armed, you're not going to hear it on that track. If I push this, you can now hear it in reverse. So now I can actually hear what I am recording. So let's go ahead and give it a spin. And if you screw up like that, no harm, right? Easy to stop it. And let's delete all, and let's try it again. Cool. Alright, let's see how that sounds. Let's go ahead and disarm that. I should have stopped it first, but no biggie. We'll save that because we're happy with it. And let's zoom in. First thing we'll do is we'll chop it so it ends at the same time so we don't have this play over. So let's go ahead and right there we'll go split items at cursor. And what that does, there's probably a way to chop it off right at the cursor, but this is at least what I found to do now. You split it, delete it, done. Alright. So before I leave, let's go ahead and we'll actually do the same here because we don't actually start playing until this marks, so no need to just have an empty track. Let's go ahead and split that again. Right click, split items at cursor, click on the track, part of the track you want to get rid of, hit delete, gone. Alright, now let's go ahead like we did before. Go into the properties here, let's add a bit of a fade in. 10 seconds and we'll fade out at the same, I think it was 15 is the other one. Let's see how that sounds. Okay. Let's give it a rock. Here we go. Hear a little weird tick sound in there, so it's not too bad other than that, though. Maybe not the best entry there. There you go. So right there, you can see, you can keep going forever. You can find another sound on here and go, add it in. No biggie, right? So if I want to do another track, I just add another track below, and I can. I won't go through it because I'd just be showing you what I just showed you. Before I say goodbye, the only other thing I want to show you that I started poking around with is, I know in my beginner setup video I kind of said, hey, you know, if you're getting into Volcas, you can get a mixer. This is another way to get a beginner setup of just one Volca to be able to start jamming. Now you can't do a live jam like the real instruments, but you can definitely start kind of jamming yourself with a DAW here and just add in layer upon layer upon layer and actually record something, which is fun too. It's not a jam, it's be a recording, but who gives a crap? But what I also mentioned in that video is you can buy FX pedals. Well, maybe you don't want to spend the 30 bucks Canadian each on an FX pedal for the cheap stuff. You now within Reaper, even with the evaluation version I have now, I will buy it if I end up keep using it. But you have under this FX button here, you can go into the Reaper's FX that come with it, and you have, you know, a delay pedal, a noise gate, a whole bunch of different stuff. So let's go ahead and add a delay, maybe not to the drums, but maybe to this kind of male chorus here, male choir. Let's give it a try. Where are we? So I go to delay here and I hit OK, and now you can see I've added, and you can add more than one pedal too, so you can go back into here and play around with all the other pedals I got, but for now we'll just keep it simple and add a delay. So if I hit play, I can play the delay, so you're not going to hear. Hear that? So let me disable the pedal for a sec. Now let's add the delay back in. So maybe the delay length is a little too long. I can shorten it up. Add some feedback. There you go. So you have a delay pedal built right into Reaper itself. Now there's nothing stopping you if you have a hardware delay pedal from slapping that in either. You can, you know, instead of running this directly line in, you can run this out to a delay pedal into your PC. Anyways, I'm going to keep it there for now. That's the power I found, at least with Reaper, at a very amateur level, to get a lot more out of the simple sequencer on the Volca itself, and it's very low entry, you know, as long as you already have a computer that can run Reaper, which most can, and if you have a sync cable, there's nothing stopping you. You can go to Reaper, just Google Reaper DAW, D-A-W, and you'll find their site easily enough. Download it. The evaluation is really nice. It says it limits you to like 30 days or whatever, but it's just going to nag you after the fact. They're pretty cool on the fact that, hey, you know, try it till you're ready to buy it. When you do, and it's cheap. I think it's, like, you know, cheapish. It's 60 bucks US, but compared to other DAWs, it's fairly reasonable. The one thing is, if you don't have physical hardware like a Volcas or better, it doesn't. I don't think it doesn't come with many virtual instruments, but not a huge deal because there's so many free ones out there. Or you can buy virtual instruments for a lot cheaper than you can buy hardware. So, anyways, I'll stop blabbing. That's all I got for tonight. I will catch you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye.